They never taught you how money really works. Why? Because if you knew the truth, you'd stop playing their game and start writing your own rules. Think about it. From the moment we're old enough to understand, what's the one piece of financial advice we hear over and over? Save your money. Put it in a piggy bank, then a savings account. It sounds responsible, right? Safe, secure. But what if I told you that this very advice is the foundation of a system designed to keep you running in place? We're taught to get a good education so we can get a good job. Work hard, climb the ladder, and your paycheck will get bigger. And for a while, it feels like progress. You get that first real job, that first paycheck, and it feels like you've made it. You can finally afford things. But then, the bills come. Rent, car payments, student loans, groceries. Suddenly, that paycheck doesn't seem so big anymore. You're waiting for the next one just to catch up. Does that sound familiar? You're not alone. You're just running in a loop, a hamster wheel powered by your own time and effort. And the wheel just keeps spinning faster. Every 2 weeks, a deposit hits your account, and you feel a moment of relief. But that relief is temporary, because you're trading your most valuable, non-renewable resource for something that can be created out of thin air. You're trading your life, your time for paper. And they call it income. The system is brilliant in its simplicity. It convinces you that the key to freedom is working harder and longer within the confines it has set. But working harder for their paper money is like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in it. You can pour water in faster, but it'll never be full. The real problem isn't how fast you're pouring. It's the hole in the bucket. Here's the part they don't put on the evening news. The system is designed to devalue the very thing you're working so hard for. Let's talk about money printing, or what they politely call quantitative easing. According to the Federal Reserve's own data from early 2024, a staggering 40% of all US dollars in existence were printed in just the last 4 years. 40%. Think about what that means. When the supply of something increases dramatically, its value goes down. It's basic economics. So, while you were busy saving your dollars, the system was busy making each one of them worth less. This is what we call inflation. It's a hidden tax that eats your savings alive. That money you diligently put away in a savings account, earning a measly 0.1% interest, it's losing purchasing power every single day. The price of gas, groceries, housing, everything goes up. Not because those things are suddenly more valuable, but because the dollar you're using to buy them is weaker. This isn't an accident. It's a feature of the system. It encourages spending and borrowing, and it punishes savers. The statistics paint a grim picture. Despite working full-time, a staggering 61% of adults are living paycheck to paycheck. Think about that. More than half the working population is just one unexpected expense away from a financial crisis. A car repair, a medical bill, that's all it takes to push them over the edge. How can this be? How can so many people work so hard and still be so financially fragile? It's because they're playing a game where the rules are rigged against them. They're trying to save their way to wealth in a system that punishes saving. This brings us to a fundamental difference in financial education, or the lack thereof. The psychology is simple but profound. The poor and the middle class are taught to save money. The wealthy are taught to invest money. This isn't just a difference in vocabulary. It's a completely different mindset, a different universe of financial behavior. Saving is a defensive move. It's about hoarding resources and protecting what you have from loss. You put money in a safe place where it won't grow, but you hope it won't disappear. As we've seen, inflation makes that a losing battle. Investing, on the other hand, is an offensive move. It's about deploying your resources, your capital, to acquire assets that generate more resources. The rich don't work for money. They make their money work for them. They understand that money is just a tool, a means to an end. The real goal is to acquire assets, things that put money in your pocket whether you show up to work or not. These can be businesses, real estate that generates rental income, stocks that pay dividends, or intellectual property that earns royalties. While the saver is watching their cash slowly erode, the investor is watching their assets grow, often faster than inflation. Their wealth isn't just preserved, it's compounded. So, how do you break free from this trap? How do you escape the hamster wheel? The solution is a radical shift in your focus. Stop chasing money, start chasing value. Stop trying to earn more paper and start trying to acquire more assets. This begins with your own mindset and skill set. Instead of asking, "How can I get a raise?" start asking, "What skills can I learn that the market values highly? Or what problem can I solve for people that they would gladly pay for?" Your most powerful currency isn't the dollar. It's your time. And the best way to leverage your time is to invest it in learning. Learn about assets. Read books on investing, business, and economics. Study the different types of assets: stocks, bonds, real estate, businesses. Understand how they work, what the risks are, and how they generate returns. You don't need a fancy finance degree. The information is out there, much of it for free. You just need the discipline and the hunger to learn it. Build skills that can't be easily outsourced or automated. In today's economy, specialized knowledge is power. Whether it's coding, digital marketing, sales, public speaking, or a skilled trade, the more value you can create for others, the more leverage you have. A high-income skill allows you to generate more capital, which you can then deploy into acquiring assets. This creates a virtuous cycle. You use your skills to earn more, then you use that income to buy assets, and those assets then start earning for you, freeing up more of your time. You have to make time your ally, not your enemy. When you work a job, you're trading time for money in a linear fashion. 1 hour of work equals 1 hour of pay. When you own an asset, that relationship changes. A piece of real estate can generate rent 24 hours a day. A well-written book can sell copies for years. A successful business can operate and generate profit even when you're on vacation. This is how you reclaim your life from the system. You build and acquire systems that work for you, so you no longer have to. Remember this: money obeys knowledge, not just effort. You can work 80 hours a week your entire life and still end up broke if you don't understand the rules of the game. But if you take the time to learn how money really works, you can build a life of freedom and abundance with far less brute force effort. The system isn't designed to trap your body in a factory or an office. It's far more subtle than that. They don't trap your body, they trap your mindset. They program you from birth to think like a consumer and an employee, not an owner and an investor. Breaking free isn't about rebelling against society. It's about upgrading your own internal software. It's about unlearning the limiting beliefs you've been fed and replacing them with principles of wealth creation and financial sovereignty. It starts today. It starts with the decision to stop being a passive player in a game you can't win and to start becoming the architect of your own financial destiny. Thank you so much for watching. If this message resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content designed to help you break free. Let me know your biggest takeaway in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and start building.